Hi, my name is Matthew J. Peters.
And I'm Yvonne Alexander.
And we saw a huge gap in the marketplace of media, of communication in general, but really of marketing.
What is happening in the market, and it really frustrated me to see that there's great people out there that will give up on their dreams or their leadership skills because the promise out there of the mentors or something is based on them selling to them instead of serving them to create exactly what they want. But really our intention is also that with these videos that we can propel a new change in the way social media and communications are being used right now, because the way they're being used right now is not authentic, is not really congruent. We may say that it is, but the results of people are showing us that there is a big gap and a big need for real media to right now make a transformation in the world.
Exactly, and that's why we created this series of 5 videos to start a new conversation, to up-level all marketing and communication and all media, and we're starting with you. One of the things that we find right now is the most important thing to look at is your communication and how you're communicating out into the market. And are we being clear? If we're not clear with our communication, that's where we run into trouble.
Yeah, well, clarity is what births results for people. And that's one of the main things that all the people in the world are looking for. If you say, every time you get reached out by someone, like I reach out to you and I was not clear how to deliver like my message out there on video or on film, or people reach out to me, I'm not clear what I want in my life. I don't know what is stopping me from there to get where I'm at right now to where I want to be. So without clarity, we cannot breach that gap in. And that's what you said. You said that communication has 3 powerful things. I love clarity. I think clarity is one of the main drives that propels humanity to evolve. Mm-hmm. But also the second one is to be concise, which will really help me now. So you can actually talk about that more.
Yeah, being concise is, if you're going to do a post or a message of any kind, your video, if you are not getting to the point, if you're wandering and you're not consistently adding value to the conversation, people are going to turn you off. And you do that like maybe twice, they'll give you maybe another try, but after that, they're just going to turn you off. And so if you're creating like 20, 40, 60 videos like that, and you just ramble on and you're not advancing the conversation, you're not adding value, people are just going to turn you off, and they're going to feel anything you provide as value after that is going to just be droning on and on.
Yeah, I love that. It's like when we filmed a video of the law of attraction, when you say just be concise. And the most concise message I could give, just to give an example, was the law of attraction won't work if you don't. So now people got the message in a few lines that in order for something to work for them, they had to do an action, they had to do a step. So in few words, they got the message of something that could have taken like hours and hours and hours and will have wasted the time of people and their money too.
I agree with you. And I think the thing is, just go back to clarity once more, is if you are not clear, you are projecting that out into your marketing, into the messaging. So if you don't have clarity, then people can't invest in themselves through you.
Exactly.
They won't allow themselves to because they're not sure what they're buying. And this happens to us sometimes, is people will ask us to invest with them. It's like, so what am I buying here?
Yeah, or they gave you like 3 different offers and you don't know what you are getting into. And so
a confused mind always says no. So if there's any confusion there, they're going to shut down and say, I don't understand this, I'm not going to invest.
Yeah, or it will give double messages, and one of the things that I see without clarity is that you lose trust from the people that may be potential clients or people that are here for you to serve them. And without trust, we don't have real profitable, sustainable businesses. So clarity is what will birth the trust from the people we serve too.
Yes, and the investment too is in the investment in you as a person with their time.
Absolutely.
They're giving you their attention. When someone gives you their attention through a video or through reading your blog, that is value. That's an exchange of value. If they don't see any value coming from you because you're unclear, they're not going to exchange the value of their attention with you anymore. Exactly. They'll just move on to someone else who's more clear.
Exactly.
So one of my clients said clarity is power, and I thought that was brilliant, because if we are unclear, we're projecting that out in the marketplace. We're unclear about who we are, and no one is going to follow someone who's wandering.
Yeah, no, plus there's no congruency. There is actually lack of self-confidence. If you are not clear, you are not confident in the market, and that's felt. People read between the words. They feel behind the videos. They feel even beyond all the cool, fancy branding that we can do. They can feel how clear you are because they start thinking about their own clarity. It's like an immediate impact on that. So it's very powerful. And being concise too. But you have a third C that I really love.
Compelling.
Compelling, yes.
So if you're not compelling, people are not going to take any action. And as a leader, as someone who is leading people, which is an action, it's not a position. So if you're a leader, it's your job, your responsibility to lead someone who doesn't quite understand what it is that they need.
Yes.
By giving them something compelling to move towards, to start their journey towards getting that result, getting that transformation in their life. If you can't even do that, you're not a very effective leader.
I don't think you're even a leader, because a leader that cannot create vision in others is someone that is going to drive them to an abyss of a nowhere land. They won't get results, they won't get transformation, and they will just become followers. You don't want followers, you want to lead leaders. And I think that that's what is most compelling about communication, that you begin to attract people that transform the world. You begin to attract people that really want to sell to serve. You begin to communicate in a way that motivates others to get out of their own way and start serving and be clear, be concise, and create results for others.
The thing is, we set the tone, we set the standard, we set the boundaries with our communication. If we don't do that, then what we're going to do is we're going to start collecting people who are a fit, or people who are going to benefit the most from what we can help them with, and people who don't. Mm-hmm. And so what we can do is we can pre-filter by saying, here's exactly what we do. Here's this very high standard that I have for myself. And when you do that for yourself, you can ask that of other people because you've lived that. By doing that, you're going to turn off people who are afraid of working, don't know who they are, they're just looking for someone to save them. And you're going to attract the people saying, right on, this person knows who they are, they know where they're going, they are a natural leader, this person can help me get that last 10% to fill the gap.
Yeah, I think that clear, concise, compelling communication also saves you from attracting all of that, and it's very well spoken now in the trends, big teams and drama. People that are addicted for information rather than transformation.
So the great thing about this is that we all have the ability to set the tone of what we expect and what we want to attract, because we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. And that can be scary for people, because it's like, I have these clients that are complainers. They're not doing any work. They're looking for me to save them all the time. There's no boundaries. They're calling me day and night. It's like, guess whose responsibility that is?
Exactly. People don't take responsibility for their communication, and they blame the system. They blame Facebook. They blame the internet.
Their mentors.
They blame their mentors, absolutely. And they blame even their clients. So we can be blaming the clients for them not taking action, but it's the way we're communicating that is not compelling them to take the action that we know they are capable to take.
And I think this is something that, as far as like choosing who you want to serve, is you look at some of the highest ranked schools around the country, and they get to select who the best of the best by not only having that presence out there that attracts people to it, having that reputation, but also they're attracting people who they already know are going to succeed. They are attracting people who they know are going to represent their company or their school or what have you. And so they're attracting the best through their communication, through branding is communication, their presence, all the reputations, because their reputations keeps growing higher and higher by the people who they do not serve.
And I think that is not everything they are doing. Everything we don't do is communication. You said every single moment we're living, we're communicating something. Mm-hmm. We're communicating a message. Whether we like it or not, communication is something that is happening. Our bodies talk, our posts talk, everything we're doing and not doing is communicating. If we're not communicating, we're actually communicating like something that we don't want to serve or we don't care. And people want to be served. People want us to care. People want to be part of something, again, that is clear, concise, and compelling. And we as entrepreneurs, our leaders, we are the ones that have the responsibility to make sure that our communication creates an impact contribution right now in our business, in our families, and in all areas of our life. And you know what? One of the things we can check in, like if we are having compelling communication, is our results. What are results we're getting? And in any area of our life. Check, for example, fitness. If you want to have the perfect body and you open your refrigerator and you have all the foods with like all the fats in the world, all the worst food that you can, the preservatives, all of that. Why do you think you are getting the results you don't want? Because you are not actually in alignment with the communication you are saying to yourself. You are eating something you don't want to be. You are communicating to yourself totally incongruently. You are not being compelling enough to yourself to create the result you want. Or look at your clients. The clients that are not getting results and they're complaining about you. How are you communicating to them? Are you pushing them away? Are you not delivering added value to them? Or are you saying yes to any type of client just because you want money and you don't want
You're desperate.
to serve?
When you're
desperate.
working out of desperation, then you take people on. It's not a service. You're not serving them.
Yeah.
You're not serving yourself. So if you take on the right client because of the communication that you had out there, attracted the people who you're going to best serve, and you're communicating in their best interest, it's going to be a win-win. If it is not in their best interest, but you're trying to hit a sales goal or something, they're going to lose, and eventually you're going to lose, and that is going to have a ripple effect of your reputation in the marketplace. So it's better to take on less people, but take on the right people and say no to the wrong. I'm going to say the wrong people right now, the people that you are not the best fit for from your perspective, because they're relying on you. They don't have your perspective in this industry.
And right now, since we're talking about communication, I like how you use your communication right now. That you are not the best to serve them. There's a lot of trend in the way the market is communicating that they are not a fit for us. That's cool. Enough. They're not good enough. I think everyone is good enough. I just maybe not the right mentor for that type of people that are just looking for praise rather than transformation. I am not a rescuer type of person. I'm not here to rescue anyone. But some people are. But it's okay. But my communication, it's my job to communicate in a way that I will attract those leaders, those people that I want to attract. It is my job. It's not the job of the people. It is my job as a leader and as an entrepreneur.
So if we're taking every person just out of desperation because we're trying to hit some sales goal or we're trying to impress somebody, that's not going to serve us or our clients in the long run. We have to understand that just hitting the sales goal is the same people that say they have these amazing sales goals, the same people that come back later saying, so-and-so is complaining or so-and-so wants out of this program. What should I do? It's like,
or they don't have money at the end of the month.
Yeah.
They are creating a fake communication system that is showing off instead of creating results. Showing off to the market, look at me, how well I communicate. And they use these big words they may be concise, but they may not be compelling. Sometimes they may have compelling calls to action to a promise that is not really built on truth or congruency. And I think that's one other C we're going to add into the communication thing. Clear, concise, compelling, and congruent. Yeah. With that truth that you are, with that what you really want to attract. And again, watch the results that you're getting. You got to look at the results you are getting in anything you are communicating. And it's not going to be only likes, because you said of your communication that sometimes people reach out to you, of people that read your post, they didn't even like or comment the post. So you got to be consistent with your communication and know that someone is watching, someone is receiving that communication when you are clear, concise, and compelling.
And you can even look at your communication, let's say on Facebook. It's very easy to see when I put this type of message out, who is saying that they like it. There's some people who will actually unfriend you for some of the messages you put out there. Other people are going to say, finally, they've been waiting for you to stand up for what you believe in. They're just waiting for you to draw a line in the sand, and most people are too afraid to do that. And so one of the things I would also say is, some people say, Matthew, you're giving too much information away. You should be charging for that. But at the same time, I say, I'm making deposits. Yeah. I'm looking at this for like 5, 10, 20 years, and I'm okay with giving some things away. By the way, I'm creating a book out of this. I'm creating a training system. I don't care. They just happen to be along for the
Yeah,
ride.
we're entrepreneurs. So contribution is one of the main basic human needs that actually propel entrepreneurs to create more. So every time we post, every time we're adding value, we also get to practice what we serve. We get to master more our one skill. It's not for free. And so we are adding value to the market, and we are also getting paid in results later on, or someone trusts us because of that. Someone comes, joins our company, someone comes, gets our service from that, what we're contributing into the market. We're investing in a profitable market, which is humanity.
And your communication, we had said it before, is it creates ripples, and you have no idea when you put something out there, the changes in lives you're creating. It might sound kind of cheesy, but the thing is, I've actually had people say they moved across the country, they went back to business school, they left their job.
They created films. We had that, that we started to post more of the things we are planning to do in the future, and now people are singing, creating records, and they are beginning to open up to the power of communication in a massive scale. It's not only going to be a Facebook post, because one of our intentions on all of this series of the short videos that we're doing, which is going to be 5, is how media is going to be changing, how actually our offers are going to be changing, how we can use massively, powerfully media to communicate compelling action steps for others to really transform the world. And that's what social media is about. That's what our words are about. That's what our communication with our family, with our children, with the people we serve are about. And we're going to take this to a bigger scale, but we'll share that later on. So one of the things I found that is most useful to apply this in our communication skills is, for a week, apply the things you learned in this video. Look for clear, concise, and compelling ways of communication. How or where are you going to look for that? Look into your clients, look into your life, look without judgment. Imagine that everything you do in your life, in your relationships, in your clients, in your offers, is just a mirror. Look what the mirror is saying to you. Write it down. Is it saying, I love you? Is it saying, I want to know what else can I do, or what is my next step? Look at it without fear. Be courageous to look at the mirror and just write it down and make a list, and then look at that list. And in that list, find where can you be more clear, where can you add more, be more precise and concise, and where could you be more compelling to attract that which you really want to communicate.